Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Arlene Arnold and Leslie Romine of Transformational Tools, and we are so happy to be here. And we see some of our very good friends here, and we're really excited to bring you the energies for this week of June 19th to 26th, and also go back and look a little bit at our June time information. And yeah, and then the cards for this week. So, and then we're going to do some individual readings. Yes. Would you like to say anything about us?
Oh, yes. Welcome, welcome. Looking forward to this week's messages and see what's up.
Okay. So, our theme for this month is kind of cool, I think. This is the picture that Dodie picked out that is about stillness. And I just love this picture. It just immediately I go, oh, yeah, okay. And I have something that I keep uh, repeating when we get on, and I am going to repeat it again because it feels so important to me. And that is, in our busy world, stillness is often mistaken for silence or simply the absence of noise. But true stillness is so much more. It's a calm state of presence, a moment of connection with your inner self that can happen even in the midst of outer activity. Stillness is a pause that allows your energy to settle, your mind to clear, and your heart to listen deeply. So let me repeat that last part. It's just so important. Um, Stillness is a pause. Just feel yourself when you pause. That allows your energy to settle. To me, that's also part of the grounding. It's settle. You settle into yourself and you feel settled in with the earth. Your mind is clear and your heart can listen deeply. Ooh, I love that.
Mm,
Anything to add, Leslie?
That just says it all. I mean, when it's just helpful to realize that as you're doing it and taking that breath or two or three and just I this week I kind of envisioned this picture as well. It was like trying to put that in there and then just relax your shoulders and all that, and it does bring you back to presence.
It also reminds me of times I've been at the beach and maybe the sun is setting, and it just somehow it connects you with the earth, with nature, and it just feels so good. Like we're not complicated, we're not um, trying to do something. We're just being there, taking it all in, and that really is a good pause, I think.
Hmm. Yeah.
All right. Well, our luminary for this month has been a dolphin song, which we just love. Dolphin song always goes right straight to my heart. And I picked out this one part of it. By the way, it's numbers 4 and 12. And I picked out this one part that I think is really important for what we're coming to as humans. It says, Dolphin Song says, my pathway creates a blueprint for infinite creations through unique blends of design, shape, vibration, and consciousness. I think part of what this is doing is helping us to understand who we are. So I wrote this to go with that. We are coming into a time of new creations beyond our imagining. What if you could be part of those creations? Remember that what you visualize can come into form. Dolphin Song will be right there with you if you ask. So I believe that we are going to be as humanity creating a new blueprint with infinite creation so that it includes everybody in the things that they see, that they imagine, that kind of thing, and all of it being connected to their true self. So it's not um, about having power over, it's not about pushing, it's about being, being that true self, and then creating with a new blueprint. And that just excites me from the inside out.
Hmm. Yep. Yeah. The visualization of what I was recently asked about, visualizing what you want. And sometimes I find myself going, I don't know what I want,
Yeah.
because, and so I came up with this um, idea that, okay, I'm going to pick one thing and I'm going to visualize it and kind of see what that would be like. Try it out first, in my imagination, and all the things that could go with it. And sometimes that's fun to do when you're in dolphin song because you can really do the visualization with that energy. And sometimes you think, "Mm, okay, that's nice, but I'm not sure that's what I want right now." So it's to me, it kind of sets up this imagination where you can play and try out things with them and until you're like, yep, that's what I want to go for. So
I haven't ever thought of Dolphin Song doing that, but helping us to get really clear about what we want. I think that is a really good thing that Dolphin Song can help us with.
I think it can help. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you see the center of dolphin songs, that pink that's just outside the center, it's just like it's moving out, and yet it has this um, form around it that holds the center, kind of like in your heart, and then all those swirls take it out beyond into the world. So it's almost like I was talking about this morning with a person that I was in a session with about how we can have hold all of these things inside our energy field in our body, and yet we can still see beyond that and notice things and be a part of things without our energy leaving our body or energy field. And I think that that is really an important part of staying in your true self and not allowing your energy to get siphoned off.
Hmm. Yes, I do too. Awesome.
All right, so we have the color card, which is violet purple. And what I picked out from the book, the color card book, is lack of forgiveness. Um, And the reason that seemed appropriate is that when things are going on around us that feel so off and so not part of the heart and all that kind of thing, we can get into blame, and we can feel like it's something that's not forgivable. So, what I picked from the book is when violet purple is unbalanced, you may place high expectations on others. Judgments may creep into your thoughts. What expectations are you laying on yourself? Are you hard on yourself? How do you judge yourself? So it's kind of a two-edged sword. On the one side, if you are uh, blaming someone else, or you are having big expectations and then you're in judgment if they don't live up to it. On the other side, very often you are judging yourself, and that may have been something that came out of your growing up and that you're still carrying. So violet purple is here to help us to to stop having high expectations. That doesn't mean that we can't do what you did, Leslie, where you put out what it is that you desire to bring to you or to be a
Mhm.
part of your life. But it's sort of like once you put that out, you let it go of it, and let it develop itself in its highest way. And this thing of having judging ourselves is it's so hard on us. And here's something that I wrote about this that might be helpful. We are in a time when there's so much that seems to have gone awry, yet judgment doesn't take us into a better place. And if we judge ourselves, we compound the energy that can keep us stuck. Can we let go of judgment altogether? Yes. Emotions arise. How do we deal with that while keeping our focus on the highest and best? So it's not about ignoring what we're feeling, but can we see things? And it's almost like for me, it goes into a bit of sadness that humanity would act the way they are. And I don't feel judgment as much as I feel sad. And then I remember that we're in a time where we have the opportunity to be in a higher frequency as humanity. And there is very much of that being um, prepared now. And I feel like we are going to be surprised at what comes out. But living in a lack of forgiveness is hard on ourselves and it's hard on the other person. Being in a more neutral place and saying, what is it that I can do to make this a better world? Or how can I be holding that energy for a different way of being other than being judgmental?
Yeah, yeah. This very one has come up recently for me as well, and I'm sure for most of us, where we have maybe judgment or anger or sadness, grief, over things that were in the past or even in the present. And I I experienced, someone was talking about, uh, things that might have happened in a past life that may affect us, or things that are in the present. And I found myself going to a place of being upset with myself or sad about my role in that in a past life. And I thought, well, what can I do about it? It's past. And I thought, I just kind of found myself thinking about that for a bit. And I realized that that part of it about blaming yourself for for stuff in this life, for stuff in another life, doesn't serve you, because it takes down your energy, and it's kind of buying into that same thing. I mean, if you're going to judge yourself, well, you judge others too, because evidently there's something that makes you not as worthy or not as okay, as other people. And so I was so glad to do a exercise that just said I forgive myself for my role, at times in this life and others, that I may have been out of line. I may have chosen things that did not, uh, were not accepted or did not go well with myself either. And it's okay. That's part of my learning, just as it's part of another learning. And right away, I said to myself, I'm really grateful for knowing the practice of being able to forgive and know that, we're I can forgive myself as well and just say, we're doing the best we can. We're here to learn. And I'm grateful I know how to learn. I can learn from these mistakes and go, oh, okay, I'm going to try that other thing next time. That didn't serve me or anybody else. So, um, yeah, it's been very close to me in the last couple of weeks. So,
I think that that is such a good way to look at the violet purple lesson here because um, I I find I'm closer now to being able to do like what you were talking about. And what I just say to myself is, thank you for showing me what still needs to be healed. And
mm,
then I go to, okay, how can I help myself, my body, or my energy field, and whatever it is that I need to do to heal that? And then the other thing I do is I sit and practice what I would do instead. Because I think it's really helpful if
mm,
we have some way to kind of see it as it's like it's on a stage. Okay, well, instead of what I did, here's something I could do that's different.
yeah,
That
absolutely.
helps me the next time if it comes along.
Yeah, absolutely. That really helps. Hmm.
So I think that was a really important one for us at this time. And I feel like it really can clear some things that we need to really be finished with, which is a really good idea. All right, here we go. We're for this week, we have Mosaic, which is another number 10. And notice that last week we had, I think we had Mosaic last week
Yeah,
as well. So,
yes.
so it's sort of like pay attention, just like
Hmm.
you all get the card of the week or the card of the month. It's like double double, and it's really pay attention, pay attention. So, what I picked out of the book for the luminaries is the created tapestry of form and beingness that comes from and through the source invites you to open your heart to that which is different. So, I think, Leslie, one of the things that happens here is as we clear these kinds of things up and we aren't stuck in that place anymore, that it really allows us to have source come through for us.
Um,
And and we can open our heart then to something that's different because we're not clinging to something that we thought we believed or clinging to something that we thought was safe or something that was in form. And and I find that really helpful because the only way I know to be open to something is different is if we have um, let go of certain things that keep us stuck in a way of looking at something.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Mosaic is a wonderful one for doing that too. Um, I'm sure everybody here has had something new and different in the last month come to them. And, looking back, how did we handle that? What did we think about that? How did we move with that? And that I'm so grateful that we have another week of this because, um, you know, lots have been moving around us for sure. And it's like, oh, okay. And we go with that, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
and it's more like, oh, and what that also says to me is it allows me to let go of expectations. You know,
yes. They're connected, aren't they?
they are very much so. And it's like, oh, I didn't expect that. Well, yeah, evidently not because it's new
Yeah.
and it's okay. You're okay. Part
And
of
we can still keep our um, discernment intact through um, in intuition because it's like you don't have to leave behind the things that you're getting, and you might want to not be at a certain place, or you might want to find out that you didn't want to spend a lot of time with a certain person, and that's okay, because uh, it's not that you're not accepting them as something different, but it's not resonating for you.
It's actually good point, and it's actually asking us to develop that quality.
Yes.
It really is. I'm just saying, oh, okay, here's something new, and move with it more easily than we used to.
Yeah.
So it's part of all that.
One other idea that came to me is that as we become more multidimensional, so we're not just third dimension, we're many dimensions, there may be much that is different. And let's stay open, allowing us to learn from this difference. Life is always evolving. I think that that's such an important part of this, to realize that we're in a time of huge change, and that if we can flow with what it is, use our discernment so that we're not just giving up our ability to choose, but being in many dimensions is different. And we are going to be creating things in this third dimension that are different. And I believe that we're going to see life from other places in the universe. And we need to be open for that.
Yeah.
All right. So our our color for this week is black. I couldn't find a picture of black, but I think this one kind of gives it to us because it's such a contrast to the gold and the light there. Um, and one of the things to remember about the lesson in black is to embrace the possibilities, which is kind of what we were talking about in Mosaic. And and because all the colors are available in black, indecision may result. Your lesson is to be open to the possibilities, but to focus on your direction. So I think um, that is another way of looking at what we've been talking about. Is that we don't have to live in indecision. We don't have to do away with many possibilities. We might just focus on one, or focus in a direction that those possibilities are taking us in. And then I had a question for myself and for you. What if you focused on your heartfelt desires? These come from the core of you. From there, you will find what is next. It will show you how to use the possibilities that are coming to you. I find that to be really important for myself, because um, sometimes when you think about what it is that you would like to create, you may not be bringing that from the heartfelt desire, and that's okay. But it's not what we're here to do now. Is to build from our heartfelt desires, and that comes from your very core. And when we do that, those kinds of things that are created are so helpful to the world and to ourselves.
I have to just say that that goes right along with Dolphin Song,
Yep.
because you're creating possibilities. And I, many people, I'm not the only one, but many people have envisioned the dolphins not only in the ocean, but swimming out in space.
Yes.
And it's black out there. And so that they can definitely help to open up this these possibilities, and help us look around and feel what it is that we want, and focus what our intentions are.
That picture is almost like being out in outer space.
It is. Mhm.
All
Yeah.
right. So I'm going to bring us back in here. And what I want to do before we get to your particular uh,
Reading.
readings, yeah, is to remind you that this week we have Journal with Your Knowing Self, or next week, I mean, on Thursday, June 25th at 11 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. And I am going to be away, but I'm going to find a way for it to be there, which is the nice thing about using Zoom. And we'll pick up on how we find this information that's inside of us that is so helpful. And the classes that we have now really fit together. You know, we did the intuitive center and that was really amazing. All the things that came up through that.
Hmm.
And dealing with your knowing self is, I mean, I journal every day now. It's part of my routine. And that's how I stay very aware and clear and centered. And then the other one that we have, that's the new one, is about creating your toolbox. And I think all of those kind of fit together to help us to expand and also to uh, make choices about where we're going to put our energy and how we're going to continue to let go of things that are stuck in us. And there's so much help there. And those of you who are already part of the portal, you get to go to that for no charge. And I really hope you will take advantage of it because I think it's a wonderful way for us to expand and explore and all that for now.
Yeah, you know the intuitive one, and let's you really explore that in depth. And the toolbox one it, are really interesting, fun, and quick ways to take uh, an issue and work with it, just like you would with your intuitive or your journaling self. Those are two ways, but there's several more ways that are different, a little different, that help you just, you know how when you get in the old days when you get a little song in your head and that
Yeah.
song goes over and over. Well, this is like you can pick, oh, that tool. Yeah, I kind of like that one. I'm going to use that one. You know, so I really enjoy that class too.
And at the last Portex, Will gave me a new tool.
Yeah.
I love it. It's to me, it's simple and it's really profound. So that's going to go into my toolbox.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the other thing I wanted to let people know that Leslie and I are available for individual sessions, and you can go to transformationaltools.com/sessions and set up a time, or in Leslie's case, you can email her and work out the timing for that. So, in this time, things are happening so fast, and there's so much going on that's changing that it's really a good time to have some extra, really, uh, what going into detail about something or focusing on something with someone else. And that is really a helpful way for us to move forward. So, all right, let's see. Who do we have for?
Jeannie, who's at the beach. We're going to,
Yeah, what a fun thing.
yeah.
Picture reminded me of being at the beach.
Hmm.
I've been there for quite a while, though. All right, well, Jeannie, what I'm getting, and this doesn't feel very beachy, but it's just this passionate ascension. So just be aware that you may be going into a new frequency, spiraling up into a new frequency. So if sometimes right now you're feeling like you're not staying very grounded or you're feeling a little dizzy or whatever, just remind yourself that you may be doing this going up into a higher frequency. And if you will stay with this particular luminary, it will help you go through that process. And it doesn't have to be something that's unsettling. And you can actually ask it to slow down a little bit if it's not right for you. But this is really exciting, Jeannie, because you are uh, evolving, you are expanding, you are in a midst of, gosh, I'm just getting that there's so much that's coming to you that makes sense in a way that it might not have before. So this is really a special time for you.
Mm. Yeah, and one of the colors in there that really stands out is orange. And guess what? Your
Yeah.
card is Strength in Orange.
Wow. Boy, does that ever,
Yeah,
ooh, I'm getting chills. Those things go together in a way that is very powerful.
yes. And it says that the strength in orange is sensual, alive, and present and happy. And those are all emotions that can come up as you realize you're moving into this new space, this new frequency. And I think it's going to be a real uplift for you, and feeling like, wow, this is really great. I just saw myself experiencing this new frequency, and wow, it's really helpful and it's really wonderful. And so it's saying celebrate emotionally, you know, be in it, really imbibe.
What a great place to be at the ocean as you're going through this, because
Oh,
that is a place that can really help you stay grounded as you walk on the beach. And it's also a place where we tend to be more open
mhm,
and available. So this is really cool.
yeah, wow. All right, Sandra is next.
Yeah, okay. Oh, Sandra, I love this one. This one is called Love. And you see the many colors on there. And I'm going to read from the book because it has all a lot of the aspects of love. And I think it's just a cool thing to take each one and work with it for a while. It's a good way to help us really solidify some things, but also just to open ourselves up more. So the vibration of this one is um, 2 and 8.
Eight.
Yeah. And it says, now as the veil thins, humanity sees clearly that love was never lost. Now, here are the aspects of love you can work with: compassion, acceptance, transformation, encouragement, allowing, embracing, offering, and co creating. So, when we work with each one of those, I like to journal when I'm working with something like that and just say, well, tell me about compassion. How can I be more of that? Because we know that we are all of these things, but how can we live into each of them? And as you journal, it will really help you with that. So it's compassion, acceptance, transformation, encouragement, allowing, embracing, offering, and co creating. And all of those are what we receive through the love, and it's what we put out from the love that we have inside of us. Ooh, I like that. Uh,
Well, Sandra, you have two color cards today. The first one was Lesson in Yellow, and it says claim your empowerment. Claim your empowerment. And remember, the yellow is the solar plexus. And um, it's a place where you get clarity. And so, as you are working with these attributes, I see that it's encouraging you to bring up anything that needs to be clarified. You know, get clarity when you're doing that. So
that's a great idea.
that's going to be an aspect. And the other one is lesson in green, heal and grow. Now, green obviously is from the heart, and it's saying, don't forget that this comes from the heart. And the numbers here, 2 and 8, are both even numbers. So they're kind of rounded. They're stable, and
Yeah.
um, so it's saying the clarity can come through your heart and your solar plexus. They will help you, and both of those colors are at least the yellow is in love.
Yellow's in there. Yeah.
Hmm. So that clarity really wants to come through. But the green, I feel, is just saying, be sure to come from the heart in your walk this week.
It's like those black things out almost look like green.
Yeah.
They're black, but it's really interesting how, these luminaries and these cards sometimes change according to what is needed.
Yep. Sometimes. All right. Okay, Will is next.
Okay, well, let's see. Okay, well, you're working with, um, oh, what's the name of it, Leslie? Um,
Spheres of intention.
Spheres of intention. Okay, I know that you have intentions that you're working with. Well, I think if you were to see those intentions as there's one in the center that's most important, and that goes out to these other rings where there are other intentions. And it's kind of like working from the inside out and finding where your core intention is, and then seeing how these other intentions are part of the mosaic. They're part of the whole of this luminary and of your life. So it's almost like if you will keep your attention in that center place, the other things will come much more easily.
Hmm. All right.
What I get?
Well, you have strength in indigo.
Oh, good. That'll
So
help.
your intuition and the ancient wisdom that comes through will really help. And boy, I see it in that picture too.
Yeah.
See it
Yeah.
in the spheres. So it's saying, yep, just use that intuitive self
Yep.
as you go inside and look from
Nice.
the inside out. I like that.
Yeah.
Wow. And indigo. All right, Sid is next.
Okay, Sid, we're so happy to have you with us today.
Hmm.
Okay, this is a good one for Sid, and I want to get the numbers here. This is unfolding, Sid, and the numbers on there are 6 and 12. And again, as Leslie said, there is a stability in the midst of the unfolding. And I want you to look at the center of this, Sid. Let me get this focused in the right place. Um, that is a crystal in the center. So there's a crystal in the center of your unfolding. What I'm getting is you have a crystal in the heart. I did a meditation on that at one time, but I can see that crystal in your heart and look at how uh, things are spreading out from that. So what's unfolding is coming from the center of you, and it's look at it has a little bit of turquoise in there, saying to me that this is your most recent way of looking at your purpose, because you're unfolding into something that has been there but is coming to the surface for you, and it's got gold in it too, and there's the lighter colors as you go out. What I'm getting is you have lots of help, but in this unfolding, really focus on the crystal in your heart.
Wow. Wow. Well, it's encouraging you by, and this color is very prominent in that one too, is seek out answers from a higher source. Lesson
Oh,
in white.
oh, that's great. That
Lesson
is
in
great.
white.
There's a lot white in there.
There is a lot of white in that.
Well, I think that by focusing on that crystal in your heart, you will automatically go to the higher source. And that gold and the white, and there's some yellow in there to give you clarity. Yeah, these are really good colors for you. Whew.
Yeah. Well, that felt very right on.
Yes, it did.
Courtney's next.
Okay, Courtney. Let's see what's up for Courtney. Ah, Courtney, this is fun.
Oh, yay.
Oh, uh, so in this one, it's let me get the numbers and everything. I think this is
13, number
I was
13.
gonna say 12, but yeah, and there's one piece in here that I want to read to you. Um, the emotion-soaked coat of yesterday has been embraced and transformed. Oh my gosh, that's so you, Courtney. The hoped for magnificence of tomorrow is right now. Open the floodgate of divine human passion and burst forth as a fully resonant song of ecstasy. And then it says, are you alive? Yes, you're alive. Are you present? Yes, you are present. Allow all your brightest colors to flow. Allow all your senses to evolve in order to fully experience an awakened world around you. You know, awakening world around you. That's what we all need to do is be totally present and fully in the experiencing the awakening world that's coming about. And we're in the preparation mode, but we're going to see some amazing things happening around December. So we want to be prepared, work on our stuff, be prepared for that so that we can take it all in.
Well, she has strength in, I'm going to say it's red orange
Okay.
because it's sometimes we get red, sometimes it's red orange.
Yeah, it's
A
kind
bit
of a
of both.
combination.
Yep. Full of
Boy,
fire.
that is amazing. The strength in red orange.
Mm-hmm. And
Wow.
to me, it says a lot about strength and starter, doer, independent. I'm getting about independence right now, which is, you know, really affirming that this is in you. This is you. You know, you are part of that eternal ecstasy, that eternal multiplication of colors. And the red is in the middle of this, if
Yeah.
you look at it,
Yeah.
right in the middle. And it's saying, yes, you're alive. Yes, you're present. And allow your colors to flow. Boy, I'm telling you, I'm getting from my foot right up through the top of my head. I'm just getting a real rush of energy, and that's what I think it's there for you. It's available for you.
Wow. 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 Wow.
Wow.
Red orange is one of the more the higher frequency colors that we work with. It's a second layer or level of them.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, I think that's it for today, unless anyone else has come and that I didn't see. So
Wow, that those were really powerful.
powerful this week. I mean, they are on most weeks, but it's like wham.
Yeah, this week
Wow.
I just really felt them coming through. I'm
Hmm.
going to go back to this picture too. This one is really speaking to me. Um, I think that if we can see this expansion that's going on, in terms of things bubbling up from us and things that are from the universe that we're now noticing. And even below, there's a lot of a grounding color, but there's a lot of light there too. So this is a good visual for you to take with you as we go through all of these changes that are going to be happening. So
You know, the solstice is coming up in a couple days, and the light, that's where the light comes back.
ah,
Right?
yes, yes,
So that's what, when you were talking, it reminded me about, the black of all possibilities, but the light comes into us
yes,
and helps us to um, emerge into the next phase that we're going to be going through.
yeah. Anyway, we want to thank all of you, and don't forget to set aside next Thursday at 11 and watch your emails because you will be getting information there. I think all of you are on the newsletter, and um, most of you are in the Vortal. So watch your emails. That's where you'll get the link. And if you're um, not in the Vortal, you can still come and just sign up for that. So that's a real cool class, and I think that all of us are really learning to listen to our inner self. So it's a
Yeah.
good time to take that journaling class. All right, my friends, we will see you. I will be gone on next Friday, but Leslie and Marion will be here, and I'll be in the background just starting it, but I won't be here to pick the cards and stuff. Anyway, hold energy for me this next week. We're going to see family, and I'm going to a high school reunion, and those can always be places of things happening, but I'm feeling really good about it. So I'm
Yeah.
sure that this is going to be a different kind of experience that I may have had in the past.
Yeah. We will do that.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right.
Have,
Bye, everybody, for now.
have a great week. Bye bye.